Hi there, welcome to my new series, Glass Half Juice. My name is Juicy Absolute, and I'm here to help you get through the most important decisions of your life and tell you about which games are actually worth your half glass of juice to play. Up today, Dark Souls 2. Yes, Dark Souls 2, a game based off of death counts and how many tequila shots you can take until you forget about all the stress that this game ever entailed. You all want to know if it's worth your hard-earned big buckaroos, and to be honest, I can't answer that with a simple yes/no. So let's delve into detail about why this game was such a success surrounding its player base and the amount of alcohol that was spent in post-production. First of all, the Dark Souls series has 3 titles and 3 million different ways you can die. Literally, I wish I was kidding. There's only a few ways to live, which means these games leave no room for error and also open up a lot of time into your schedule to go and cry on your mommy's lap. Seriously though, you will die. A lot. Much like the series' predecessor Demon's Souls. Yes, Demon's Souls, released in 2009 to the PlayStation 3 from the same director Hidetaka Miyazaki. The aim of the game is to try not to break your controller for about 50 to 100 hours. Same applies to Dark Souls 2. After about 50 to 100 hours, you'll need a therapist to talk to hash out why you were so insane to play these games in the first place. You begin this game in the wedding gazebo you got married in 5 years ago. From there you meet all those lovely bridesmaids that you had in your wedding. Yes, you're a very old soul, and you all try to forget the memories of that one day Mrs. Granny McDougal threw the bouquet of flowers over her shoulder, fell, and well, knowing her decrepit body never got up. A new era has come. You're free, and you feel alive and masculine. Wait, no. Feminine? Well, it's a good thing we head into some character customization, and yes, tats all over the face. Yes, more tats. Need more tats. From there, we head to Nalhada, where we encounter Jabba the Hutt, and some strange as fuck lady that insists that you come to her for all your life goals and big ticket ideas. And this is where your journey begins, Luke, in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, wrong game. Whether you're trying to get through an entire level without dying, or whether you're just a plain masochist, Dark Souls 2 definitely has its finer moments. I'd say the level of difficulty was surely spiked from Dark Souls 1. For instance, Dark Souls 1 had 22 bosses, Dark Souls 2 has 32. That's the equivalent of laying under 22 one-ton boulders and adding 10 more to just smash you more into atomic cell oblivion. I really enjoyed the bosses. I have to say that Dark Souls 1 had more justly and creative bosses, but all in all, the bosses were still very thrilling and challenging to beat.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
I know, we all wish our characters were laying on some beach in Punta Cana, but we can't all have that fair of a life. Instead, we have to fight gigantic spiders and 3 chicks that are going through a very special time in their month. And yeah, sure, it's all tragic, but it teaches you the greatest lesson of all, patience, and learning how to torment other innocent beings. The pathways to the bosses are moderately difficult, and since most Dark Souls fans played Dark Souls 1 first, the millions of extra bonfires in Dark Souls 2's worlds only serve as a form of gratitude from the producers for having us put up with Dark Souls 1 in the first place. It's an endless cycle of misery and gratitude, the spices of life. While that may pose as easy, the 10 plus bosses and the endless bananas on the edges of cliffs in Dark Souls 2 will drive you up a wall. I really enjoyed the revved up challenge, but the unjust behavior in this game was absolutely astounding. Reminds me a bit of my ex-wife. But hey, maybe I just picked up this game to hold her virtual hand one more time as a form of closure. And yes, I got a lot of closure. Also, with the amount of AI invaders ramped up to 200 times more than Dark Souls 1, I gotta say, it was a bit stressful to want to continue to press on, but the difficulty spike just reeled me in like a lost fish heading up to the surface, only to be swallowed by a massive seagull to interrupt their long and hard journey. The level up system stays true to the classic Demon's Souls and Dark Souls 1 system, giving you a false sense of hope when your intelligence is a 3 out of 99 and you go in swinging with a strength level of 40. But hey, we can't all be Eric Banner, and yeah, it'll break you faster than a vase dropping out of a second-story window on flat cement. Every turn should be cautious, every route should be well thought out, and every enemy should be visible. And that should carry you to the end of the game with only a handful of central nervous system injuries. Dark Souls 2 was given great ratings. Some have even agreed that it's better than the first one, in terms of overall style and mechanical gameplay, but my own, and extremely valued, opinion is that I didn't like the Estus Flask changes from the first to the second game. The fact that the value of the Firekeepers are just some old rotting women in a hut doesn't appeal to me. In this game, like the last, you have to find your own Estus Flask shards, but the difference is there is no use for old Granny McDougal and gang, and every flask found increases your flask inventory by, wait for it, 1. It was 5 in the last game! F*** that sucks. Estus Flask should be treated like fine wine, drank in glasses of 5, but instead it's drank as a half can of beer chugged by some homeless dude in a dumpster. Regardless, it all certainly was an unjustly challenge of the ages, but I think if and when all of us beat this game, we all won't need our own pair of Pampers anymore. Sure, this game is unjust, unfair, and just plain rickety at times. But the good outweighs the bad. Yes, I know, the invasions are a hassle, and the limited Estus Flasks are a challenge. If you're looking for a primary substitute in replacement of eating a ghost pepper, you've come to the right place. And just like reality, Dark Souls 2's enemies will shit on your day for no real reason, and possibly even shit on your McDonald's nuggets at the drive-thru window. I think we all can appreciate the level of detail this game holds in terms of it being challenging, and the fact that when you fail, you grow, and when you grow, you fail, and the levels of direct adversity that... Truth be told, I liked Dark Souls 2. The invincibility frames and the roll mechanics created areas of extreme precision and focus that was more my style, like sneaking into an outdoor public pool at night and evading the cops at all costs. The Throne Watcher and Throne Defender were my favorite fight, as they kept me on my toes, and one wrong move and I ate shit immediately. So it was surely satisfying to fail so many times and then make it out on top, just even if it was once. Every time I finished a boss fight, it felt like I was being given oxygen through a mask, while a team of doctors hovered over me and whispered to each other, "Oh, looks like he's gonna be okay. Great job, team." And then I got my gold sticker and my watermelon flavored lollipop. Another extremely daunting fact to Dark Souls 2 is that you're going to get lost. Fast. And, like, a lot. The story isn't played out in the game as direct as one would think. With 5 or so paths leading from the first main area in the city of Majula, you'll be lost faster than a zit grows on the face of a girl the night before her high school prom. And hey, directions are hard sometimes. I get it, so be prepared to place your blindfold on, spin around, and choose a direction. Oh yeah, I forgot this day and age, we have online walkthroughs. Yeah, you may want to handle it that way. A blindfold still wouldn't be a bad idea. If you play games anything like me, you'd probably die less that way anyways. So to answer the question of whether you think this game is worth it, that all depends on how well you know yourself. Are you patient? Can you tolerate dying over and over? Are you a fan of games with, while not required to know, intense lore? Do you appreciate intense action boss fights that are rarely ever telegraphed? Are you an RPG fan? Fan of The Sims 4? You like staring at a wall contemplating your current living situation? Well, if it's a yes to all of the above, this game is for you. And who knows, maybe we will all find our Mrs. Bride McDougal one day in our near future. Chloanne! We shall unite once again. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay juicy. Hey everyone, I'm Juicy Absolute. Thank you for stopping by my video. If you want to see more, click that subscribe button above and check out the new juicy content to the left and right of me. Other than that, stay juicy and we will see you next time. Have a positive rest of your day.